Cairo have approximately 18 million people living between Cairo and Giza. Giza is where you are going after lunch today, and it is located on the western bank of the river. And Cairo is located on the eastern side of the river. So now we are on the eastern side. We are actually on an island which is exactly in between Giza and Cairo. The size of Greater Cairo and Giza is considered to be geographically one of the suburbs, or the greatest suburb of the city of Cairo. The size between Giza and Cairo is 500 square kilometers, and we have approximately 18 million people living between Giza and Cairo. We have 77 million living in Egypt. In Cairo, it rains 10 to 15 days every year. It rains approximately 1.5 to 2 inches of rain every year. It rains 7 inches in Alexandria, where you're going next week. And Alexandria is the wettest city that we have in Egypt. It rains 0.1 inch in Aswan, and Aswan is the driest inhabited area in the world. This is why Egypt depends wholly and entirely on the water coming from the river Nile. And this is why, although the size of Egypt is fairly big on the map, we are almost 1 million square kilometers, but most of this land is desert and barren land. And all Egyptians are centralized only in 5% of the land, which is the eastern and western bank of the river and the delta. The Nile Valley at its widest point, and I will show it to you tomorrow, it's the area in Giza and to Memphis and Saqqara, and it is approximately 15 miles wide. The narrowest point, which is further south, is 3 miles wide. The delta is 150 miles long, 100 miles width, and apart of that, all the rest of the country is desert and barren land. And this is why it has been said by Herodotus, the Greek historian, that Egypt is the gift of the Nile, because the Nile provides the country with 99.9% of the water supply the country needs. And this is also why the density in Egypt is 1,477 people per square kilometer. Had the Egyptians been fairly distributed, the density would have been only 77 people per square kilometer. So the problem is that all the Egyptians are living only in 5% of the land, which is a little narrow green patch. They are trying to reclaim land from the desert. They have been working very hard on adding to the green patch, but so far the area which has been added is no more than 1%. So now it's almost 5.8% or 5.9% instead of the 5%. It requires lots of effort and lots of money to reclaim desert land to agricultural land. The areas down that they are developing are the extensions to the big cities mainly. Is that, and we will talk about the developing projects and housing projects tomorrow as we go to Giza, is that they are trying to do all the expansions of the big city to the eastern desert and to the western desert instead of going north and south to the valley and to the delta.